That was a good bite. That was a really good bite. Oh, it feels like a really nice fish. Ooh, got a bit of weight to it, this one. Certainly has. G'day everybody and welcome to another full-scale Fishing Adventures episode. We are currently up in the mangroves. We are searching for bream today. I quite enjoy this particular style of fishing because we're going to be skipping plastics underneath the mangroves. The bream will be hiding in the snags. It's just such a super fun way to fish. So we've got plenty of water to cover. Let's get into it. So I got a couple of different options rigged, both 7-foot spin sticks. This one's a 1 to 3 kilo Ceros, and this one's a 2 to 4 Black Mamba TT, which is just a beautiful spin rod. This one's got 6-pound braid, that one's got 4-pound, both got 8-pound leaders, and I've gone with one of the new ST grubs in blood oil, which is a combination of the two winning colors, motor oil and blood oil. And then on the other one I've got one of the new shrimps. So I'm going to start with the grub, just because I know how good grubs are on the bream. And we've got some really nice mangrove snags, so what I'm hoping to do is just sit back off of one side. It's one of those things, like in these mangrove creeks, with the width of some of them, you really need to decide whether you're going to fish one side or the other, because you can only really do one effectively. Bream are cagey, you want to sit a little bit off the snag you're fishing, so I'm just going to target this side in particular to start with, and I'm expecting those bream, if I can get the plastic in there, to be sitting right up in the stuff. So aim is to try and skip the plastic up underneath the mangroves, and that classic, like, bream just love the lure sinking. So the most important part of the retrieve is actually the first part, like after the lure lands and that lure is sinking down. That's like the primo time I'm expecting to get a bite. So I'm pretty much only going to fish half of my retrieve and just do like from the bank halfway out, and then just burn it in and recast. Got him. Yeah. That was a really nice bite. It skipped it right underneath all that stuff in there. And we are on. Come on. I've just realised I didn't bring a net, which is always very handy. Just gonna spot lock. That's a nice fish though. It's a really nice fish. Oh, come here, buddy. That's a beautiful fish. Check him out. Absolutely stunning black brim on the blood oil grub. Beautiful. Alright, I don't know how big he'd be. 30 probably. Alright dude, I'm gonna put you back. Nice. Well, I just managed to snap my plastic off deep in the mangroves, but it actually is playing on my mind a bit about trying bloodworm, because I've been through some really good stuff and I've had a couple of bites, but it's always worth mixing it up just to see. Bloodworm is such a good colour. That was a good bite. That was a really good bite. Oh, it feels like a really nice fish. Ooh, got a bit of weight to it, this one. Certainly has. Oh, spot lock. Feels like a really nice one. Why don't you get back in the mangroves? It's a really nice fish. Wow, they fight hard. Actually come up, I was fishing the other side and come up and they got this little creek coming in here. It is a beautiful fish, and there's a really deep cut sort of drop off just in that shady pocket. And he just ticked it as it was sinking down. And interesting, it was not long after I changed to bloodworm. It just looks a little bit browner in the water, a little bit more natural. And that is one cracking creek brim. That is beautiful. That is a really nice fish. That's an absolute horse. Whew. Check him out. What a beautiful fish. Now he would have to be pretty old, an old battler, but fought so well. And just like I said, ticked that bloodworm down against that ledge there, and he just absolutely woofed it. That is awesome. So stoked. That's a tank. Oh, there, buddy. Up he goes. Whew, that was a cracker. Yeah, I can safely say, if I had to have one soft plastic for this style of fishing for the rest of my life, it would be a Z-Man 2.5 inch bloodworm grub. Just catches everything. Oh, that drilled it. Wowzers. It like sunk right back down. They might be salmon. That was sick. Felt him tick it and just let it free fall. Like, so important, that free fall. It's not the biggest bream, but still, that was a very cool bite. Happy little guy. Oh, come on, dude. Again, he was not coming off. That's cool. There he is. Oh, I spotted that. There's just a tiny bit of stick poking up there. And that was first cast next to it. Another stunner. All in great condition. He is a chunky one. Oh, come on, buddy. Would have been easier with the net, I'll tell you. Now, I'm not sure whether they've sort of come on the chew a bit or it's from the bloodworm grub swap, but they are starting to bite well now. Perfectly in the corner of his jaw there. Sick. Such good fun. Was right in there and I just struck way too hard. That pocket right up in there just screamed fish. Just gotta get it in those zones, it seems, and then just free fall down. Ah, oh, again. Yeah, the sink is so important. It's way more important than the twitch. Oh. Third time lucky, maybe, if I can get it back in there. Oh, no. Choked. It's just like a little metre by half a metre hole in there. Come on, eat it. Oh, maybe they're small ones. Might be small ones. No, got him that time. Well, that was really cool. Each time I got it in there, it got a bite, just couldn't get it to connect. Until this guy came along. Stunning fish. They're so cool. They come out so bronze, like the purple hue on their back out of these mangrove creeks. He is a cracker. I'm glad I changed to bloodworm. It's really switched these fish on. Sick. Got him. Oh, feels like a better one. They're also full of fight. Jeez, that is so good. I actually really like seeing, oh, he's off. I was gonna say seeing those slightly smaller fish in the system, because you know, it's gonna be good for years to come. They've been right up in the back of the mangroves, most of them. That was a good bite. You know, I picked it up off the bottom, that one. Similar size to the last one. Interesting how they've all fought a little bit different. That one's actually bigger than the last one. Oh, that's a nice one. Beautiful, chunky brim, perfect fins. Outstanding. Hey, don't spike me. Nice. Hook still sharp. Oh, good. Interesting, that one was like, yeah, it was almost on the bottom and then it just pulled tight. He's obviously followed it all the way down. That was straight on. That was awesome. I saw him flash onto it. There's a beautiful snag right against the bank there. And it was like, as soon as it landed. Oh, that is very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, good fish. Where's my control? Come on, spotlight. It's a really nice one. Just straight onto it. He's a fat one, very fat. Oh, he's a nice one. Check him out. I could see that snag right up underneath the bank there. And it was like, as soon as it landed, he just charged out and blitzed it. So good, so much fun. Love this style of fishing. Yeah. There's always going to be one on that. Just come through a fairly shallow section back there. This first bit where it's sort of deepened off. A perfect mangrove snag there. This guy straight onto it. Oh, he is a chunk. Check out that one. That is a beautiful, beautiful black bream. Yeah. Get back in. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, just changed over. I wanted to see how the new shrimps went. I just pitched it in there, and this one has nailed it. I think that's the good thing about having a couple of rods rigged. You can just chop and change. That is a really nice one. That is a really nice one. Oh, beautiful. On those new shrimps. Just smashed it. Chunky fish. All right, buddy. There we go. It's good to go. Wow, super fun session flicking plastics up underneath the mangroves. It is just such a fun way to catch bream. I'm going to make my way back down the creek. I don't want to leave the tide get too low before I can get the boat back on the trailer, so I'm going to make a move. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us a like, leave a comment. I really appreciate you guys watching the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe because it helps the channel grow, and I'll catch you all next time.